Good afternoon. It's once again 5:30 on a Friday, and this is your host for the next 24 minutes or so of Hotline 21, Danny Kenyatta Davis, U.S. Representative, 7th District of Illinois. Let me tell you, it's been a very busy week. It's been a very busy day, and I must confess that my heart is kind of heavy. I am saddened. I am disappointed about a number of things. But, this too shall pass. This is America. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. America, my countryside, let freedom reign. But let equality and justice prevail. First of all, I was saddened that the President of the United States of America has virtually been playing the dozens all week with the Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House made a decision that, or at least she said that maybe we ought to just hold off on a State of the Union address and wait until we get the government opened before we do that. And the president comes back, I guess the next day or so, and says, well, maybe we ought to hold off on your visit to the troops in Afghanistan. And given the fact that I'm the commander-in-chief, I don't think you could make use of a military aircraft in order to take such a trip. That is so like in your face in the streets. But, if that's what America is becoming, that's what America is becoming. And then locally, here we are at the local level, 2 high-profile one sentencing. No matter how much information that there is and all the stuff we've seen, it sometimes makes you wonder if you are just living in another place or if you're just so dumb you can't get it right. That these individuals being declared innocent, that there was no cover-up in the Laquan McDonald shooting by the police officers who were accused. I find that hard. And then as I was driving over listening to the judge getting ready to sentence Mr. Van Dyke, and the little bit of time that he decided was appropriate. If my mother was alive, she'd say it's a shame before God and man. And I say it's a shame before God and man. But I also believe that you never give up. I'm writing a little op-ed simply saying that it means that I am going to spend more time watching the judiciary. If you cannot believe that you're going to experience fairness, equal protection under the law, equal justice, it means that you're still being treated as a second-class citizen. But oh, America, America, shame on you, shame on our judicial system. Shame on what we've allowed law enforcement and the perception of law enforcement to become in this country, especially as it relates to black people. If black people can't feel that they're going to be treated exactly the same as any other person, has America really become the America that we think it is? But we still have to fight manfully onward. Dark passions subdue. Look ever to Jesus, and he will carry you through. So keep believing. Langston Hughes said, hold fast to your dreams, for if dreams die, life becomes as a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to your dreams and don't let go, for if you let go, life becomes as a barren field, covered with snow. So I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to suggest that any of you give up. I'm going to suggest that the fight must continue. A luta continue. The struggle must go on and on until, as Martin Luther King would say, justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. And so we celebrate this weekend the life and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. And before I take the call, let me just invite you Sunday afternoon, Clare Christian United Methodist Church at 15th and Pulaski, 3 o'clock to 5. We'll be there. Please join us. And of course, we have the Women's March tomorrow, 345 North Kedzie. Women of the 7th Congressional District will be marching. And if you want to join up, please call my office right now and they can give you all the information. 773-533-7520. Be proactive, be involved, be engaged. Do what you got to do. And yes, I am not happy. I am not happy with the renderings of our judicial system and our judiciary here in the county of Cook. And I'm going to be watching every time there's an election for judge. And no matter who brings somebody before me and say, vote for this person, I'm going to scrutinize them up and down and crossways and sideways, because I don't want the same kind of judges sitting in jurisdiction, making decisions over what happens to people when they violate others. But let me go to the phone and not be too carried.
Yeah, how you doing, Connie Davis?
James, I'm fine. How are you?
Now, first of all, I know what you're coming from, but these people be doing wrong and think they can get away with it. God gonna deal with them. They gotta ask to God. Like Donald Trump, he gonna ask to God. And Ruth Giuliani, the people be doing wrong, think they can get away with it. They gotta ask to God, because he the creator. They gotta face God. If they keep on doing wrong, they gotta face God. They got to face God, Connie Davis.
I agree with you, because the philosopher said, truth on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne. Yet in the dark shadows standeth God, keeping watch over his own. And that truth crushed to the earth will rise again. Know ye the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Because they might get away with it on earth, but they can't get away from God. Because they can't escape from God. If they keep on doing wrong, then they get away with it. God will have to deal with it. They got to ask to God. And y'all have a nice evening, Connie Davis.
All right, and thank you so much. And I certainly agree that the Almighty God, the ruler of the universe, will take care of his part, but we also have to take care of our part here in this earth where we live. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much, and God bless you and your lovely wife. Keep on doing the great work you're doing. I am disheartened also. And nevertheless, though, like James said, we're going to pray. And they're not going to get away with it down here. The polls. Go to the polls. Remember who those judges are and vote them out of office. They're doing this for a reason. They're trying to discourage Congressman Davis. Around about this time, they come with these two decisions, trying to discourage us as a people, but we must remain strong and we must let our vote be heard at the polls. God bless you again. Like Malcolm said, we've been had, we've been took, same thing, bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok. And we must show them at the polls how we think about this. God bless
I agree with you, and thank you so much. And even the timing of things, and there are just so many things. Keep your eyes open and keep your eye on the prize. So thanks to you, and thanks to all of our callers. And of course, our phone lines are open, and you can give us a call and let us know, what do you think about these decisions that we've been faced with this week? I tell you, I think that they are just rotten. They are as rotten can be. I've always had a great deal of respect for our systems, for our laws, and for the kind of governance. And I tell you, like the philosopher Camus, I love my country. I love America, but I also love justice. And I want to experience justice. I want to see justice experienced by my people. My people. My people. All people should be treated the same. And that is not the way I feel that it is in America. And I think I am joined by millions of others who feel that injustice is the trump. And injustice have people out of work, hungering for food, working people who have to beg for food stamps because their government is shut down and they cannot work because the president of the country says, let's shut it down. And I will be pleased to own it and say, I caused the shutdown. Well, I wish we were furloughing Mr. Trump instead of having federal workers on furlough, working with no pay. Caller, you're there, go right ahead. Yes, caller, if you're there, go right ahead.
Yes, Congressman, and it's a good evening. It's a good evening. And also, regardless of everything that's what's going on, it's still a great day to be on God's earth. Ain't nothing like the great United States of America. But you know what? I'm beginning to a point. It's so sad what really that's going on. The whole realm, politicians, the judicial system, the people in the streets. It reminds me something, if you go back into the Bible, they say all of this was going to happen one day, and there will be someone to come and clean this mess up. But you know what, let me tell you something. What makes you so angry about this is the non-voters. And trust me, I really think it probably going to be, we're going to maybe get some more voters, but it's going to still be a lot of voters that with that sad excuse, my vote don't count. Well, sometimes we got to eliminate things. You don't vote, you don't have no business here. Why don't we send them over there to Russia or some damn way, anywhere? I don't care where they go. Just get out of here, because they're not serving any good purpose here. And that's a mean thought, too, that I should not have. And you notice I haven't said anything mean about Donald Duck. But how long do we have to keep on seeing the things that he's doing and nothing is being done about it? Just a lot of talk. Again, this man don't have no business near politicians. He should never, ever been there. We know something funny had to get him there, but he's there, so we got to respect that. But we need to start thinking about either getting him out or let's get somebody in there for 2020 that's going to do some good. Listen, don't have 100 people want to run, because we just go take everything away from everybody. We need 1 or 2 strong people that we're going to decide to do it. Stand by him and get the younger votes, and let's get the people there who don't vote. Listen, my wife is over here right now. She admires you too. She just told me, don't talk long. She said somebody else might want to call and talk to him, but she don't know. God gave me a tongue and a mouth, and I love to talk. But this time I'm going to get out the air, and I want to hear your response. Knock if you think I'm right. And let me get out there and hear your response, please. You take care.
You know, my wife often talks to me sometimes at church, but it's generally about singing. When the choir is singing and I'm trying to sing along with them, she says, don't forget they have a choir. Well, and I said, well, I know they got a choir, but I just want to add a little bit of my voice to what's taking place. And I think that's what's happening in America. Earlier today, we were with the federal workers down at the Federal Plaza. There were 9 members of Congress from Illinois who were there, and I must say we were all Democrats, not that it's partisan or not partisan, but we were all there with those individuals who are off work, who are laid off, who are on furlough, who are wondering if they're going to be able to get milk for their babies. Are they going to be able to have food? Are they going to be able to pay their mortgages? Are they going to be able to buy gasoline for their car? And I guess the only thing that we can do is know that the future, much of it is in our hands. That no matter what goes on around us, we don't control all of that, but we ought to be able to control how we respond and how we react to it. And I'm going to react by being as positively engaged, as positively involved as I can be, and make sure that I try and do my part. My part. You know, it's not the guy that's sitting back in the rocking chair, analyzing and saying what's going on. But it's the soldier out in the field. It's the people who are willing to march. It's the people who are willing to demonstrate. It's the people who are willing to be registered to vote. It's the people who are willing to support things that they believe in. All things are possible if you believe. And if you learn from every situation. And if people defy. You know, I love poetry. And I think of one of my favorite songs when poets, when I hear people and I see people doing things, I think of Claude McKay, who said that if we must die, let it not be like hogs hunted and pinned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our cursed lot. If we must, let us nobly die, so that even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us, though dead. O kinsmen, brothers and sisters, Martin Luther King, Ralph Abernathy, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, let us show our brave. Let us meet the common foe, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. For what before us lies the open grave, and like the true soldiers of liberation, like the Frederick Douglasses, like the Nat Turners, like the Gabriel Prosses, we'll face the murderous cowardly pack, pressed to the walls dying, but always, always fighting back. Reverend Jesse Jackson often says that he's never found a situation that if we fought, we didn't win. And if we didn't fight, we knew we were going to lose. So don't let this set us back. Don't let the decisions of these judges dash our hopes. Let's not let the decisions of these judges take the fight out of us. Let's scrutinize everything that comes before us. We've got an election coming up next month, the end of the month. I hope that every person who is infuriated, every person who is disappointed, every person who is upset will find their way to a polling place. Take everybody with you that you can take. Take everybody that you think you can take to the polling place and make sure that you vote. Make sure that you find somebody. If you don't know who you want to vote for, find somebody and decide. Vote if you got to write your own name in, but vote. Vote if you got to vote for your cat. Vote if you got to vote for whatever you're thinking. Vote, but don't let the sun catch you crying in your front door. You done daddy dirty, and we don't need you no more. So make sure that you exercise your right and your responsibility. Do what you need to do, and we'll see you next week, knowing that you've done what you need to do to make sure that we don't experience these kind of decisions in the future. We'll see you next week.